When they saw this, they made known what they had been told about this child. And all who heard it were amazed at what the shepherds told them. In the time of King Herod, after Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea, wise men came from the east to Jerusalem, asking, "Where is the child who has been born King of the Jews? For we have observed his star at its rising, and have come to pay him homage." When King Herod heard this, he was frightened, and all Jerusalem with him. And calling together all the chief priests and scribes of the people, he inquired of them where the Messiah was to be born. They told him, "In Bethlehem of Judea. For so it has been written by the prophet, and you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah. For from you shall come a ruler who is to be the shepherd of my people Israel." Then Herod secretly called the wise men and learned from them the exact time when the star had appeared. Then he sent them to Bethlehem, saying, "Go and search diligently for the child, and when you have found him, bring me word so that I may go and worship him also." When they had heard the king, they set out, and there ahead of them went the star that they had seen at its rising, until it stopped over the place where the child was. When they saw that the star had stopped, they were overwhelmed with joy. On entering their house, they saw the child with Mary his mother, and they knelt down and paid him homage. Then, opening their treasure chests, they offered him gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Now our next hymn, "Go Tell It on the Mountain," is not a lullaby. This is a hymn that is sung with a lot of vigor. So turn to the hymn 251.
awesome it is for us to be here celebrating Christmas tonight together. How awesome it is for us to be sitting here remembering that 2,000 years ago, a little baby was born. But my question for us tonight, I guess, is this. What does that mean for us? That a little baby among a billion little babies was born 2,000 years ago. What does it mean for us tonight that Jesus was born? Is it something that reminds us it's time to get presents and to spend time with the family, time to go to the church and worship, time to sing hymns that are pretty at least? You never know how some of those hymns go. Because that's the truth, I'll tell you. What does Christmas really mean? We watch movie after movie during Christmas time, the Christmas Carol of Scrooge, going throughout his life, hating Christmas and hating everything but money. And then in the end, he's all happy and he realizes Christmas is important and we all feel warm and fuzzy about that. And that is wonderful. But does it change our lives? What does it mean? The word Emmanuel, which is a word we've come to associate with Jesus, means God with us. You see, we've always, from the time we've existed, we've always had this notion that we could somehow reach God and attain God, which is kind of a paradox in and of itself, that we mortals could reach God. But Emmanuel says something different to us. Not only can we reach God, but God took one step further than that and reached down to us. And even went beyond that and became one of us. The miracle of Christmas is not that it was huge and big and glorious, that God is almighty and all-powerful and all-knowing and all-present. The miracle of Christmas is small. Like a single flame. Not very much. If we were to turn all the lights out in this room and just have one single flame going, we'd all barely be able to see. The only thing we would be able to see, in fact, if we were to do that, is that single flame. But boy, light another wick with it. And then another. And then another. And another. And before you know it, the entire room has changed and has gone from complete darkness to light. When you light something up, it is never the same again. This candle, as beautiful as it started off to begin with, will never ever regain its shape or its form. It will never look the same from this day out because it has been ignited. The idea of Emmanuel, of Christ with us, is this: that the light that entered the world 2,000 years ago has stayed in the world and continues to ignite people one by one, just like candle wicks in the darkness, one by one, lighting up. And which one of us, once that wick has been ignited, could ever remain the same again? The question isn't, what are you going to do when you leave here? What are you going to do tomorrow when you're opening the presents? And trust me, kids, I'm excited for that too. The question is, what are you going to do with the rest of your lives, knowing that God is with you always? What are you going to do with the rest of your lives, knowing that Christ came not just for you and for Christmas? Christ came for all and for all time. What are you going to do with the knowledge that Christ is with you and is calling you to be yet another flame in the darkness? Think on that. As we light our candles and we sing Silent Night, which, by the way, Craig will start off first because none of us know German. Or I don't think anyway. If you do, sing with them. But as we go through that ritual of lighting the candles and singing Silent Night, see that candle in your heart and carry it forth out of here into the world. Be present in the world, just as Christ and as God is present with each and every one of us. Be present in the lives of people you know and people you don't know. Jesus said, if you love only those who love you, what reward is there in that? God isn't just telling you to be present in the lives of your family. That's easy. Well, mostly easy, depending on your family, right? God is telling you to be in the lives of even those you don't like. In the lives of those who are different than you. Because in the end, from God's view, we are all the same. Potential flames that could be burning in the darkness, that could be a light to this world. Each one of you is a candle. Each one of you could potentially light the world.
The way Silent Night would have sounded, or did sound, when it was very first sung. It was a small town in Germany, gosh, back in the 1600s. When the little organ didn't work in the church, and the pastor of the church had to come up with something for music for the evening. He knew how to play the guitar, and so he composed a song.
shore.